Shalom, Yabashima Shabarakatah to all my brothers. Shalom, Yao, Shamar Allah, Bashim Yao Shah to all my sisters. I'm Rapayala coming out of One West Harlem, New York. Under Commander General Yohana. This the scripture breakdown class. And I'm gonna get right to it because um I'm gonna get right to it because um um of wives and they say you cannot have more than one wife or whatever they say in the Christian church or the Muslim mosque or where and so forth and so on. So I'm gonna teach you that you can have more than one wife and it's lawful for you to have more than one wife and uh, um uh, so I'm gonna get into it. Genesis chapter 3, verse because I hear a lot of people say like you can't have more than one wife or that is adultery or and I also heard well if a man can have more than one wife, a female can too, and that's obsolete. That's no go. So I'm gonna break that down to you with many verses after verses about multiple wives and the lack thereof, and let's get into it. Genesis chapter 3 and I mean 4 and verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wives. There you go again. Wives. It said um Adah and Zillah, 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 and Ador. Them was his two wives. So it's many people speaking about you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's plenty people that's gonna try to tell you you can have more than one wife, or hold on. Let me download this first. And because you can have more than one wife, and they gonna try to ridicule you on this, and ridicule you on this, but you be not ridiculed because you could have as many wives if you want to. So hold on. You can have as many wives as you want to, and you cannot be ridiculed because um hold on, let me do this real quick. Yeah, it's many people that say you can um um yeah. It's many people that say you cannot have wives that is sinful upon you and stuff like that. And don't listen to what them guys say or them girls, mainly girls. Don't listen to what them say because you can have many wives, but with many wives, you gotta have a train of thought that's in the ISUPK because them wives will get on your nerve. They will some wives don't do this and some wives don't do that. And it's gonna drive you up a wall. And and you only could date you only could wives um the Israelite women. So and they gotta be lawful because um you can't take old girl old guy wife and then wife her. You cannot do that. So they gotta be lawful and they gotta be Israelite woman. So that means black, Latino, or Native Americans, or West Indies. That's just Jamaicans and stuff like that. So you cannot um, be with them people because you can you cannot be with them people that try to say um, um, you sinning because you have too many wives. Um, um, so I'm gonna break it down for you again. Genesis chapter 16 and verse 3. And it's again after again. Um, you have multiple wives coming in and speaking about this truth. Oh, shalom, ya bash. I mean, shalom, ya shamar alatha bashim ya shah to Nazan and 5K Matabar and his kids and stuff like that. Shalom Yabashem Ashabrakata to Officer Matabar 5,000. But uh, you so don't stay away from them people that say you can have more than one wife, but more than one wife comes with um more than one responsibility. So me, I only get one wife because that my priesthood means more to me um than multiple wives. But multiple wives you can't get. You can't get. So we gonna read Sarah. And Sarah, Abram's wife, took Hagar, his maid, the Egyptian, and Sarah, Abram's wife, took Hagar, the maid, her maid, the Egyptian, and Genesis chapter 16, verse 3. And Hagar, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years within the land of Canaan, and she gave her she she and gave her and to her husband Abram to be his wife. See, be his wife. So no no matter what they say and what they do, you can have more than one wife. It's again after again after again. It's in the scriptures. But with more wives come greater responsibility, and greater responsibility comes with you cannot you cannot sin or put down. So put down your wives because they attribute you attribute that to you. So when you put them down or you make it hard for them, just know it's hard for you. It's hard for you. So no so don't put your wives down, and don't talk about them and do bad things to them. Love them, your wives or your wives or your wife. Love them and cherish them, because and I know they be getting on your nerve or and stuff like that, but love them, love your wives, and share the responsibility with your wives, because uh, when one man can't do it, then another man another man will. So love your wives, cherish them, and spend as much time you can with your wives or with your wife. But there is multiple wives though, and I'ma um get Genesis 32 and 22. Genesis chapter 32 and 22. And he rose up that night and took his two wives. See, there's two wives. So you see, it is not one, it's not two, it is not three. You can have as many wives you can. You can, long as they lawful and in the truth. I mean, lawful and Israelite. As long as they're lawful and is an Israelite, you can marry them. But with marriage comes a time comes a place where um, not just not anybody can be your wife. Not anybody could be your wife. You gotta have the right class. You gotta have the right aspect. You gotta have the right and so forth and so on, because um uh, many wives. Uh, I know it's a many wives you can have, but that don't mean you can control them wives or be a king into your wives or uh, um, say you see your wives every day or every other day and stuff like that. You imagine if you got one or two or three wives. Imagine you got 10 wives and um uh, and you doing Lord's work. That means you in the ISUPK. You have no time for them wives. You have no time for them. Uh, um, 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 you gotta study. You gotta teach class. Um, um, you gotta do your camps. Uh, um, and it's a lot with the ISUBK that you got to do, and you saying you gonna have 10 wives or 12 wives or 20 wives. No, you cannot because with priestly work, you can have more than one wife, or you can have um 3 wives or 4. That's the most though. Because I'm just saying it out of my aspect because one wife is too much. Too much. One wife, uh, one wife, that's enough. Because I got a lot of um, um, priestly work to be in. And in the ISUBK, you gotta be in those truth. I mean, you gotta be in that work, or you get gone. You get gone because and I love my work. I love my work. Because what is it more than me raising a nation up? What's more than that? Me raising a nation up, and so my brothers in the ISUPK. What's better than that? What's better than doing what the Most High said and loving it? What's better than that? Nothing better than that. So I could have only one wife, maybe two, but I'm gonna stick with one so far. But you guys um you guys that's hearing me on teaching this class um and you ain't in the truth or you listen to the truth but you ain't in it, then I would feel some type of way. Then I will then you can go out and get your wives. One or two wives. But Shalaki, they gotta be acceptable to your needs because and not every wife is acceptable to your needs. But you might want a wife every one, but that's not acceptable to your needs. So why? So why wife them? Why wife them when they is not acceptable to your needs? They all they got is a big old booty and some big old titties. That's all I get. You could many person have big old ass. Many people have big old ass. I see a girl every day with a big old ass, but that don't make me want them. That don't make me that don't make me say well, she got a big old ass. I might come into it that I might wife that. No, because with this priestly work, you gotta be with this priestly work, you gotta be a priest, and you gotta do a lot of things. And I ain't got a lot of times for them wives. So one is just enough. One is just enough. But you who want to go with the wife, you can, because Christians say you can't do it. Uh, um, Muslim mosques say you can't do it, but it's in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures. Exodus. I read 3 in Genesis. I read 3 in Genesis. Now it is Exodus, because first I'm finna read Genesis chapter 32 verse 22 again, because you may not hear me say that you could have more than one wife, and more than one wife is lawful. I don't got more than one wife, but it's lawful. It's lawful to the Israelites. And this book is for the Israelites. It's written by Israelite for Israelite. It's nobody else but Israelite in this book, unless you went to war with the Israelites, or and some that cause. But is talking about the Israelite for Genesis to Revelations. Genesis show the first Israelite, which is Adam. He was not the first person on earth, but he's the first Israelite. Soon to become an Israelite. So, but I'm sideways a little bit, but you could have more than one wife. You could have more than one wife. And Genesis chapter 32 and 22 says, and he rose up that night and took his two wives, not two women, not two girls, two wives, and his two manservants and his 11 sons, and passed over the fort Jabbok. So it said he have and took his two wives. It says that in the scripture. It says that again, after again, after again, after again. But you Christians, or you Buddhists, the Buddhist people, because I can't talk about Islam because Islam got it. But I could talk about you. I could talk about you somewhere else though, about Allah. I could talk about that because he's not Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai in ancient Hebrew. He's not Yahweh. Yahweh, who the Most High, who I fears. Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai is our King, but he's not um 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 he's not over he's not even real. He's not even real. He's a fake God, just like the rest of those gods. Just like the rest of those gods. He a fake God. And I tell you about it. Um 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 in the future when I get off in the future when I own Allah or something like that. But um um but we talking about the multiple wives you can have. That's what we talking about. So excuse me if I get off the topic a little bit. I'm just telling you you should not listen to the Buddhist people or Christianity. It's garbage. And Christianity uh, um, um, supposed to be with us, but they are against us because we talking about Christians. We are Christian off we follow Christ. Um, um, but they are Christian because they follow Christ too. But um, um, they say what he said, but then don't do it. That's what the Christians say. They say what he say. Everything is fine. What they say. Some of the stuff is fine. 90% of the stuff is fine. What they say, but do they do them? Do they do them? That's the real problem. Do they do them? And no, they don't. They you could see any way but left. But when it comes to that ties, you gotta have them ties. But you could see you could fuck his his wife um 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 sell weed or pills or heroin to his leaders or community communion. But when you don't pay them tithes, then you have a problem. You could send which way north, but when you don't pay them sins, that's a big problem. That's a big problem because um hold on. So there's a big problem, but that just show you they talk about you could take about you must pay that tithes, but you could sin all over the place. And um he talking about the Christian church talking about you can't have multiple wives. Well, it's in here. It's um it go it goes page after page, book after book after book. And I'm finna show some more because um it's going it's in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures. He have one wives. He got two wives. He got four wives. He got five wives. I mean Solomon have um 500 wives, I think. 500. 500? But um the but he sinned because he had them unlawful wives. And he had many wives that unlawful and many wives that were not truly his wife. That's why he sinned. But he didn't sin off of he had more than one wife. No, he did not. No, he did not sin because he had more than one wife. He sinned because uh, um, he thought that the unlawful was um cool too, and it wasn't. And just like Abraham did, he had he had um he had 16 16 16 and 3 and Sarah Abram's wife took Hagar her maid the Egyptian after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan and and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. So she took an Egyptian, but back in them days, um um back in Genesis and stuff like that, um 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 he could have a wife, she could be of the other nation, which is not it is not their said it is not um it is not um um beyond Genesis because they say um um with Genesis, I mean with um did they say that? I'm gonna have to speak with my captain or somebody above me, but I know it said it and it said it in Abrams out of land of Canaan, Hagar, his wife, I wonder, is that lawful to wife or not? But beyond that, um, it is said, and um, it is said in um, it said, oh man, um, it said, oh man, forget what I was gonna say. But so more than one wife you can have. You could have more than one wife. Abraham, Abraham did it. His son Jacob did it. His grandson, um, uh, his grandson did it, and many people after them did it. And it's lawful because um, it is lawful because let me take you to Matthew chapter 19 and verse 7 um 7 through 9. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? Verse 8. And he said unto them, Moses, because of his hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away his wives, but I, but from the beginning was it not so. Beginning was it not so. And this is Yahweh talking. Jesus Christ in modern day English, but this is Yahweh talking. And he said it was not so. Before um uh, the the Pharisees and the before the Pharisees said it, it was not so. Uh, but um, uh, but he was just taught. Moses was just taught her him and uh, um um him him he was just taught. Moses was just taught of the people acting like um um acted with strife against each other, man and woman acting like strife against each other because he was tired of him. He he was tired of them speaking about um she did this or he did that or he was tired of that. He was tired of them speaking about um um she do this. She is not a good wife and stuff like that. So um he would put put his if the husband and the wife agree that he said you could write a bill of divorce then and get divorced, but it was not so. It was not so because he was just tired. Moses was just tired, and his heart said, "Fuck it, um, you and y'all two won't get along, and um, I'm you two won't get along, um, and now I'm tired of hearing about it. If you two agree, then you could get a divorce." But Yahweh said it was not so because verse 9, and I say unto you, whatsoever shall put away his wife, except it be fornication, and um 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 I'm deviate for a moment, but fornication, fornication, you could be uh, uh, if somebody fornicated on me, say my wife fornicated on me, I could literally divorce her, legally, legally divorce her, meaning I can't go back into that woman, meaning the sex I can't be a part of, meaning the sex I cannot be a part of. Sex with her, me and her, I cannot be a part of because she given to multiple wives. I mean multiple men, and I can't be a part of her um um able to um um be with multiple men. And it said it in the scriptures. It said it in the scriptures. So but and shall marry another committeth adultery. Adultery. And what whoso marry her without his put away do do it commit authority too. So and whoever and whoso marries her with which is put away do commit adultery. So if you put her away, I mean um um if you stroking um if you having sex with your wife, that is marriage. But if you having sex with your wife and stuff like that, and somebody come by and without you putting her away, um they committed adultery, and she did too because she is it's a law about rape, or you giving into them. If you get into them, you commit the adultery, the woman and the man commit adultery. And they should be stoned in biblical times. And it gonna be um there in the future. But now living here in America, and our slave masters got us, and our slave master ain't gonna have us too much longer. But our slave masters got us. Um, you gotta follow their rules, and they say you cannot kill anybody. Uh, uh, that committed adultery, you cannot kill, then you cannot kill them. But you could uh um um be ghosting to her, me be bye bye to her because um it's a saying that and it gonna come again, but it's a saying that um once you gone, you all once you gone, you all the way gone, and that's what I say into her that committed adultery. You all the way gone. I cannot. I don't even recognize you no more. That's what his um um me I'm gonna do, and the other Israelites should do if they have any brains. If they have any brain, they should do it too. Because it is not for the man to marry a woman and she commit adultery. And I back in the world um I didn't know. I didn't know it. Uh my old self was alive and I didn't know it. And um 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 and I was with another girl and she was with both dudes. And I just said, long as he don't come while I'm here. And that's uh selfish of me. Because first of all, I shouldn't be with that girl because she's committing adultery. And second of all, that is selfish of me because I thought in my head, uh, um, don't
boys, other men, other women, to animals, to inanimate objects.
Yep.
So I mean, we're at least we're honest about it. And then the Arabs, I think they cut it off at like 4 or something. Like like when you're alive, you can have like up to 4 wives, and then you got to like provide for all of them. Like you got to be able to afford them. If you buy one a car, you got to buy all 3 of them a car. Damn, all that. Like one of them might get a bus pass, dog. I'm just saying, like
Right.
it depends. It depends on the circumstances.
That's right.
But when they die, then they get 72 virgins if they were faithful to Allah, or if they bombed the kindergarten. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm not saying that's Islam teaches to go bomb kindergartens. I'm just saying there's probably a kindergarten that ain't around no more.
That's right.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. Making an inference. But I guess that kind of segues into a topic that I guess I was going to kind of get into as well. John, we go to John chapter 4 and verse 21. Like people just don't know what it is they're reading. They all they know about the Bible is John 3:16. I swear. That's it. They don't know anything else beyond John 3:16. And that to me, that's crazy. Like even as a Christian, like growing up, I think a lot of us have kind of come from that, background. So even as when I was a Christian growing up in that environment, it was so boring. It was so just it was so dull. It was so mediocre. Not that I think. So I mean, the lessons that were always taught was love, patience, kindness, obedience. Not that I'm against any of those at all, but it was always the same run of the mill scheme. It was always the same thing, and then pass around the little envelopes, the little collection plates, the fake wine, the stale crackers. When that's that's not what this thing was supposed to be. That wine with them little cups and them crackers, doing everything in mass, just mass produced, waters down the whole thing, the whole practice of it. So now communion was a joke anyway. That was wrong. That was that was a horrible custom that they had kept in vain, because the Bible never told us to continue with that. It was that one occasion. They took that literal. Every instant you're supposed to eat the body, drink the blood. Every day, every Sunday, or every day of worship, every Wednesday night for us, and every Sunday, it was communion. For what?
That's right.
It may have been different if somebody put a little bit of love into it instead of buying them from Christian.com. Treaded the wine press yourself. I guess at least it was Welch's. It wasn't like some off-brand, shit. Right. At least it was name brand grape juice. But them crack, it could have been somebody could have made some bread, but no, still that whole practice was it was in vain, and we just tolerated it as kids because we didn't want to get in trouble for mom or make mom look bad. That was my kind of main agenda. I didn't want to make my mom look bad in front of all these other hoity-toity Edomites that, again, don't know what the hell is going on, which would bring me right into John chapter 4, verse starting at, let's go at, I suppose we almost might bring this back a little bit from the top. Walk it out with the last half hour, John chapter 4. All right, so when therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard, it's okay, John chapter 4, verse 1. Let me do this right. When therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard that Yahushua made and baptized more disciples than John. Now, that's one key point that a lot of people are going to harp on. It's kind of unrelated to the topic I was going to say, but at the same time, it draws it all back in because they don't know what they're reading. They do not understand these records. It's just a book with a bunch of words in it to them. They don't know how to apply this. They don't know the spirit behind it. Yahushua did not dunk anybody in water to baptize them. It said that he was going to baptize. John said John even said that he was going to baptize them with a fire and the Holy Spirit. And the best that you could, the closest you could come to a water baptism after John's was shut down and retired, essentially, was how we were going to be washed in the water by the word, meaning the word was that water.
That's right.
And not the word being Yahushai himself like that, but the teachings, the lesson, the education. That's the baptism that cleans you. Getting dunked in water is not going to change a criminal.
That's right.
Being educated on why your crimes should be a bane to your existence, why you should be shamed for your actions, and why you should repent to the Most High. That education that turns into dedication and actions, that's what's going to clean you, because now you're going to stop doing those things. You're going to stop being a homosexual. You're going to stop being a violent drunk. You're going to stop being a thief. You're going to stop being an adulterer, because you're going to be convicted in your spirit to change your life. If water was going to be that mechanism, all you'd have to do is say some prayers while you're taking a shower. No, we could do this with a water balloon fight. We could baptize each other. Then just say a little prayer before you have some of the, and it would be done, and you're good to go, and you can walk tall again, free of all sin and conviction prior. But let's just be clear: what the Bible teaches is that Yahushua's baptism was better, and he did not practice what John had instituted. That was just a symbol of what was to come. Like he said it himself, this is just a symbol.
That's right.
That water just being synonymous, because we had the clean laws, hygiene laws. You couldn't tell by me today just getting off work, but we keep it clean. But that water being synonymous with cleaning your body was used as the symbol to clean your spirit. They just did it literally, but it was only as a symbol, trying to teach these people how to repent. Physically washing your water to spiritually wash your soul. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep reading through verse 2. Though Jesus himself baptized not, but his disciples. And through all of them, more and more people were getting baptized. Verse 3, he left Judea and departed again to Galilee. And verse 4, and he must needs go through Samaria. Verse 5, then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Going through memorable land. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to run all of that in that area. That was all us, and it will be ours again. A couple people are just they just walking on it right now. That's it. That's it. Verse 7, there cometh the woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahushua saith unto her, give me to drink. He was giving her an order. Let's see. I want to look this up in Hebrew real quick. I don't know if in a separate tab up top, because I want the people to see this too, if we can get it. If not, no sweat. We can just roll anyway. But if we can get the Blue Letter Bible up in a separate tab, there's something I want to see real quick. Like, I don't think we got it saved like that. So we just type in BLB. We should be able to see where we are. John chapter 4. Yep. Get this open. Go to John chapter 4. There's a couple other apps. So Adawan Maccabi out there in Minnesota. Shout out to Adawan Maccabi. He had put me on to a couple other apps and websites that also provide like the lexicon with the English words. You can kind of compare and contrast. So in the search box up top, John chapter 4. And we're going to scroll down to 7. Okay. So, I always say, don't go into the way of the Gentiles, enter not into a city of Samaria, blah, blah, blah. Now, to open up the tools on verse 7. The tool to the left. Yep, that toolbar. Yep. Now share this screen. Share this screen to the StreamYard if you could. Go back to the StreamYard. Present. Yep. There we go. All right. Yep. Go back there real quick. Let's see how it looks. See if they can see it. You can use to the right. That use that one real quick. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So go down to. All right. It's gonna say unto her. Go down. All right. Yahweh saith unto her, give me to drink. Now, this is in the Greek. Damn, I thought I was going to be slick and compare this to the Hebrew. I don't know. I'm not that cool yet to compare the Hebrew to the Greek. I know there's a way to do it, but only with certain words because not all of them translate that direct. But see if anywhere in there, while we got it, do you see the word please? In Hebrew, you would have seen Babu Kasha. Do we see the Greek version of Babu Kasha?
Nope.
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing there that said please. He gave her a direct order. Just very straightforward. He didn't say please and thank you. She didn't say, where are your manners? He said, give me the drink. Give me the drink. Do it. He said, do it. Verse 8, for his disciples were going away into the city to buy meat because we are an omnivorous people. We like our salad, but we like a steak too. So they were going to get some meat. Not the other kind of meat. Milwaukee got some meat. Chicago got some meat too. But not that, focus. Verse 9. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, asketh drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Like what you coming to me for? Why are you talking to me about this? Like almost like not gonna say necessarily challenging, but like dismissive, like kind of contentious, kind of almost want to tell her to shut up, watch your mouth. But no, she was coming back at him like, why are you even talking to me? Like our people don't mix. We don't have dealings with each other. Why are you even asking me to get you something? Verse 10, Yahweh answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. He letting her know, listen, I'm different. I ain't dude. You almost want to say, watch him. I'm just surmising there, but letting her know, like I am a somebody here. And if you knew who I was, not only would you have got me the water, but you could have gotten a reward out of this too. Like I'm that powerful. You could have asked me for anything in return for getting that water, and I could have granted it. Letting her know that he's got some pull, he's got some rank, even on earth. Everybody thinks that he's just some spirit floating in the clouds. No, he was an austere black man from the tribe of Judah that stepped foot on the ground and did real shit in real time that we got records of that followed him today. His reputation preceded himself. Absolutely. So he was so powerful, people think that this is a fairy tale, that it's sci-fi, that his miracles were feats of impossibility, completely and utterly against science and logic to be real. Verse 11, the woman saith unto him, sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Again, she don't get it. She don't even get what he said, what he could have provided for her. for that simple task of obeying that order and getting him some water. And she looking at him like, "Oh, you didn't bring a bucket, you didn't bring a gourd, you ain't got a cup, nothing. Where's this living water supposed to, come from? Where's the spout? Where's the spigot?" Verse 12. "Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well and drank thereof himself and his children and his cattle?" Again, these are heathens occupying our land. So just like we got those, we ain't got no coasters up here right now. I think y'all have seen me do this a couple times. That them dudes in our land right now, in the land of Israel, professing to be the Jews, the children of God, when they are actually occupiers of our land. They are colonizers of our land. They are squatters, is what they're doing. That's the same thing that's going on here. Somebody squatting on our land that our forefathers had walked through and built on. And Yahushua answered, verse 13. And Yahushua answered and said unto her, "Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again." Talking about that physical water from that well. Verse 14, "But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life." So the knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments, the dedication of keeping to our culture and our way of life, our code of conduct, it's how would I say it provides for a better quality of life, and it gives you the protection of the Most High too, because you're sharing in that covenant. And that covenant was about, listen, if you obey and listen to me, I will provide for you. It's kind of the give and take of it. Verse 15, the woman saith unto him, "Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw." Again, she's still thinking it's a physical, literal thing. She's parched. She doesn't ever want to be thirsty again. They out there in the desert. It's hot. It's a hot one out there, and she doesn't ever want to thirst again. But she's still not wrapping her head around this. Verse 16, Yahushua saith unto her, "Go call thy husband and come hither." He was about to deal with her man, because again, our dealings with women, it's a different conduct amongst us. That's right. But he was also setting her up for the shame that was about to fall on him. Verse 17, the woman answered and said, "I have no husband." Yahushua said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. Verse 18, for thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom now thou hast is not thy husband, and that saidest thou truly. Dog, he just cut her. He called her a hoe. He called her an old school 304. He knew that she had been sleeping around, and she knew what she was doing, and she just got busted out by some dude that she never met before. And she had to humble herself to it. There was no other choice around. She can't debate it. He already called her out. He busted her wide open and pulled that shame out of her. Verse 19, the woman said unto him, "Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet." Verse 20, our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Now, here's the cut. Here's the cut for Christians, for Muslims, for Buddhists, for atheists, for hedonists, for nihilists, for Marxists, for Mormons, for Jehovah's Witnesses, for Republicans, for Democrats, for the Crips and the Bloods. Even this is where everybody really still just can't wrap their head around, because John 3:16, the chapter that we read before, it was so enlightening, so powerful, so comforting to the soul, that chicken noodle soup for the soul kind of vibe, that God loved everybody so much that he gave up his only begotten son, so that whoever believeth on him shall live and never die. I'm paraphrasing it, but they all think that Yahushua was sacrificed to cover their sins so that they can keep on sinning. The law was nailed to the tree with him, to the cross, So they think that gives them a pass to live how they want. Because Yahushua took the burden of this sin. That's not how this worked at all. That sacrifice, like in the Old Testament, when you transgress the law, either it was to the point of you getting put to death, or you having to lose something of value to you, which especially back then, us being herdsmen, was going to be our prize sheep, our prize work ox, the turtle doves, the best breeders, the prettiest, shiniest coats, the strongest physical conditioning or physical features. You know what I'm saying? That would have produced stronger bulls, stronger sheep, fluffier wool, longer horns, more endurance on the field, meatier lamb chops. We had to lose something, because in us breaking our covenant with the Most High, it was a betrayal. Moses was giving us, in spirit, those sacrifices were also kind of just a symbol of what you were to be convicted to. Because Yahushua came to teach us the spirit of the law and how to keep it perfectly. Because it's really not that hard. It's not that difficult. We're so used to all the vices and all the temptations and all of the rush and the stimulus of what we've experienced under this empire, that it's hard to look back on and be like, oh yeah, it's you kind of got to slap yourself in the forehead. It's one of those what the hell moments, because you realize that eating pork really isn't that difficult. That's not that much of an ask to not eat food. He's not telling you to scarf it down. He's saying don't even touch it. He's not telling you, like, if you a farmer, go hack that big hog up, 300-400 pound hog. You gotta skin it, you gotta fillet it, you gotta trim all the fat, you gotta get out all the worms and all the tumors and all the pus-filled sacs that are underneath its muscles, because they ain't got no sweat glands, so everything just builds up in them. You ain't even got to do all that. Don't even touch it. You ain't got to go swimming in the ocean, in the lakes, and the rivers and the streams to pick up, to flip over rocks, chase down crawfish and crabs and crustaceans and shellfish and all that. You ain't got to go digging for snails and mollusks and mussels and clams. Don't even do it. Just don't touch it. Don't worry about it. He's asking us to not even not to do anything. Don't steal, which means you ain't got to be Smokey trying to climb up in that window, digging through Debo's underwear. Don't even touch it. Don't even climb through the window. Don't even look in that direction. Don't go sneaking around with another man's woman. You literally don't have to do anything to keep these laws, except for you don't like Passover. You got to go eat that lamb. You know what? You have to go congregate with your brothers. You gotta spend a couple hundred, maybe even thousands of dollars to go see people that you ain't seen across the country for a year. You gotta go worship your power for that one day, which turns into the Feast of Unleavened Bread, for another 8-day span and whatnot. If you are able to get all that time off work from your slavery. This is what these people don't understand, the dedication of it. They think it's a goddamn picnic. We take this serious. Yahushua took it serious. That's what he would expect from men that say that they follow after him. If you're a Christian, wouldn't you then be following after Christ? You're not keeping the Passover. You're not keeping the Feast of Dedication. I bet your ass on Friday you're not going to observe and practice the Day of Atonement. Christians, so-called Jews, Muslims, You're going to do your own thing. You're going to make up your own way about it. And this is a generalized, broad statement to shame all of those different organizations and break off splinters, cults. You're not going to do what you have to do, what you ought to do. You're going to do all the shit that you shouldn't even be wasting time and energy on. All these heathens, even the ones that are living in our birth home, saying that they are God's people, that they serve God for the longest time. Verse 21, Yahushua saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. You can have that land for right now. You can have all your high seats. You can have all your televangelical, sermons on the big screen, broadcasted to millions of people. You got like 20,000 in your arena. Okay, fine. Keep that going for now. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Verse 22, ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. There's going to come a time when nobody's going to be clicking on that TV for you no more. There's going to be a time where border patrol around any sacred site that the Lord puts his name. What do they call them? Shit. I don't travel that much. So I don't know too much about it. Customs. Like you are going, like there's going to be an embargo on the spirit. There's going to be an embargo on the word of God to all you devils. And you're going to sit there and look back like, we used to have all these churches. I was on TV. I had a 5G jet. Everybody was paying my bills. I went to Diddy's parties. He sat on my lap. You're going to be one of them weirdos bearing that shame of ever professing yourself to be somebody that worshiped the Most High. Because you never kept true to the laws.
That's right.
Just like brother was bringing out about multiple wives. You're going to try to shame our people, our history, our culture with something that's, first of all, it ain't got nothing to do with you. Our house is our house. What do our wives got to do with you and your lack thereof, or just that one dragon that you're attached to? With them, well, I don't want to say that's going to get kicked off. I think we've been doing pretty good lately. So let's keep it strong. Keep it clean for the family, for the kids at home. There's going to come a time where all that glory that you had, that you think you're deserving and in favor for, because of all this work that you put in, because you had all the suits, you had all the testimonies, you had all the people faking all those illnesses that you pretended to heal. So, I mean, God's got to be with you. You're rich, right? You own all this stuff. You own the ghettos that God's chosen people are struggling and surviving in and flourishing in. We ain't, might not look pretty to you, but we ain't doing half bad.
That's right.
And especially the brothers and the sisters, the hardworking men and women of the UP County Commanding General Yohana, man. We making it happen, we making it look good, and we making it mean something. It's not like this ain't. You worship, ye worship, ye know not what.
That's right.
We know what we worship. We know what this thing is because we apply it, we live it. We see the real life application and effects that it has against our enemies and for our brothers, for the families that are represented here.
That's right.
And nobody else can say that. The nation of Israel is being rebuilt under the Most High in Christ.
Right.
And Commanding General Yohana has done an excellent bang-up job of cutting everybody else's limbs off who's ever tried to step foot against us. I say to you, good luck. Try again, try again next time. Pick it after your kingdom falls. pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Give it that good old college try. See, apply for some more for a WIC. Apply for a WIC card. Apply for an EBT card. We'll see if we'll see if you're poor enough to get it. I don't know. What are all the excuses that we get for why we can't get some of the services that we need? We get paid a wage to support a family that can barely get us by. But we make too much on paper to apply to get approved for the applications for the government programs and shit. Now, people on the outside can say, well, listen, if you can't support a family, maybe you shouldn't be making babies. What do our babies got to do with you? Because we paying taxes too. We paying into that same pool that we should be reaping benefits from. It's excuses driven to hate us, held on your cuff, ready to spit out divisive propaganda, trying to shame God's children. It worked for a while. You were on that mountain, fancying yourself, pastors and priests and men of God. You were in the holy cities, and it sounded good for a very long time. Shame on you for being so stupid and getting so comfortable. Verse 23, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. That time is now. It's happening right now. It was happening with what's dude's name? Oh, I'm sorry. It just slipped my mind. Before Abba Bivens, there was brothers back in the turn of the century of the 19th century, in the 1800s, where that hour came for them. They knew who they were, and they served the Most High in spirit and in truth, because they were Israelites by blood, and they kept to the customs and the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you do it, in spirit and in truth. That's happening here. It happened in 1969. A whole lot of mess got stirred up in 1969. Now, that was a big year. That was a big decade for a lot of things. We were one of them. The Most High is one of them that resurfaced. That spirit came back onto his people, and we are kicking it strong. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. He came to get his people back. You don't get to have them no more. And you can't just wipe us out. You can't just cut us off. You think we give that much of a hell about an internet connection? Like this is going to stop us? We live in these streets. I take the bus every day. Quite literally, too, because I drive a bus. That's just a little dad joke, I guess, on the side for you. But like, I take the bus. I walk these streets. And that's just me in Milwaukee. That's just us driving around in this city. How many other cities on that map has the Lord put his foot down on? How many brothers did he go seek to worship him in spirit and in truth? The number's getting big. You got a lot of brothers out there too that ain't a part of the body, who have zeal for the Most High, just not according to knowledge. And the time is ripe to get it together, man. Listen, you don't always have to color coordinate. You don't have to do it. Nobody's gonna force you. I guess they might. I don't know what kind of bullying and peer pressure they putting on you to constantly put on the same clothes or the same colors with each other every time you meet up. Like, even for the troopership program, brothers are wearing all black, but it's all different. One brother might have a polo, another brother might have a long sleeve, another brother might have a Men of War, black on black. So a piece from Ottawa Yaradan, or from Addictive Chaos, or UPK FL, where Big Cartel. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not matching sets They're not calling each other up like, are you gonna wear that belt with it too? I should get a belt like that too? Oh, okay. It's not like that. We might all wear like the same Walmart boots for a while until we can financially get something better. But it's those are just starting points. That ain't mandatory. Like you got to wear this part. You got to wear these tassels on your purple T-shirt at work and in the shower. Fucking don't make this weird, man. You know what I'm saying? There's enough going on without your help. We got it from here, guys. But it's the doors are always open. Isupk Milwaukee. We certainly invite everybody to come and join us on the 11th. In spirit and in truth. Come kick it with us on the Day of Atonement. So you ain't got to do it alone. Again, if you are able to, take off of work for that day, especially if you got one of those hard, laborious jobs. If you got to work indoors and maybe they just ain't got the right kind of, or maybe they're just neglectful on like the heating and AC. If you can, get the day off, get a half day off, whatever, work all the way up until about sundown to where you would have to start your fast. That way you can still make some money, still get paid, and you can eat and hydrate all the way up until that point. And then when sundown comes, cut it off, come to class. Come kick with other brothers and sisters that are going to afflict their soul in the same way for the same reasons. Be a part of that. Be a part of that. Because they're going to try to shame you in the mountains, in those holy places that their fathers control. We ain't going to shame you over here, man. Don't do nothing wrong, though. I mean, don't get rebuked. What do they say? Open rebuke is better than a secret love. Yeah. And we do this out of love and for the brotherhood, for the sisterhood. Yes. So that's Friday the 11th at sundown starts the Day of Atonement for every able-bodied individual. So now if you're a young adult, brother, sister, 15, 16, something like that, and if your parents or if your teacher approves, take on that challenge for them 24 hours. And do it with sincerity. Don't cheat yourself. Do not cheat yourself. You are going to feel like you're going to feel that shame afterwards because you're going to look at it like, dude, I could have done it. I could have done it. When I brushed my teeth, I didn't need to, rinse out 5 times and then, finish that cup of water. Don't make no excuses. Be solid when you walk into this. Don't burden this on the elderly. Anybody who's got to take medication, if they have an ailment, who might need that food and water, you're exempt from this. We got your back. Don't do it to the kids. Don't make your babies, don't make your toddlers, go without for 24 hours just because you think, God, just because you're looking at your fringes on the bottom of your pajamas and you're like, oh, we gotta, everybody's got to do this, otherwise God won't love me. Just chill out. Get counsel. And then on Wednesday, the 16th, we're going to be kicking off the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Booths. Do not go. Listen, if you want to, whatever. You want to pitch a tent in your living room? All right. You want to throw your cushions and, throw some sheets together? Whatever, dude. If you want to go to Walmart and buy a tent, I mean, I guess, but that, again, that's watering this down. That's not doing this in spirit and in truth. You're doing it for the gimmick. You're doing it for the vanity of it. Because like you think you're gonna have like that lived experience that you're gonna look back on and like, oh yeah, it was gnarly, dude. It's corny. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's foolish. It would be an error to do. You would be making a mistake. I wouldn't go so far as saying you're gonna be committing a sin by doing it, but it's gonna be cheesy. Just get in the class, at least ask, get a different opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? We are the authority on the Bible and of this Israelite culture. But if you disagree and you believe that you've got a handle on it, maybe even just hear the other argument of why that's not necessary to do. Because that's not what this is. with that, listen, Israel paid ties. ISUPK.com. Friday, we got a last one Kodash class, the Hebrew tongue, the holy tongue, the Hebrew language class. Shout out to Michael Brown, chump. Saturday or Friday evening, I believe we're still going to be doing the Sabbath service until further notice. So for now, just amazing sister, amazing brother, priest, house 5,000 Mata Bar, his amazing family, his Rib Nazama now always joining us. So expect us Friday night. We'll be kicking over last one Kodash and the Sabbath service. If you ain't got nothing better to do, we'll be here in Milwaukee or kicking in New Orleans. It's about to be cold as hell up here, so thank you for the reminder of warm weather someplace else all the time. But I think that area, didn't they just hit with some hurricanes and shit too?
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, it's the lock. Yeah, Lord be with you.
Category 5 too.
Yeah, that ain't no joke. I think that's what it goes up to. Ain't it 5? Like it don't go to 6, right? No. Cut it off at 5. Hey, Lord be with everybody that's in the hurricane zone and that kind of blast on. I saw some pictures, some videos of it. The water just running through the streets, up to the window, just seeping in every little crack and crevice that it can get. Even after it shook the house, so it opened up a little bit more. Man, that's a scary sight to see, and you're gonna think it's. Listen. Damn, how's it go? Earthquakes in diverse places. You're gonna see things like this happening more and more. So y'all better join that school down there in Louisiana if you'd like to see less and less, or at least be affected by these kind of events less and less. So Lord be with you and yours if you're going through it. ISUPK, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. We're led by Commanding General Yana. We ain't affiliated with any other organization. Live ISUPK Milwaukee. Come kick with us on Sunday too. Turn the Pressure Podcast. Shout out to Captain the Bar Mop. With that, shalom. Y'all Bashem Shabbat to the brothers. Y'all Shamar Latam Bashem. Y'all shout out to the sisters.